Welcome, nerds and nerdettes, to the Status Effect Podcast, a show where three friends gather each week to talk about games. I'm Michael. That's my name.
Are you?
I think.
Okay.
Well, am I? Anyway.
Not existential crisis time.
Yeah, this isn't the time. This is the time.
Justin,
the place.
Justin is to my right.
Hi, I'm Justin. I'm to Michael's right.
To my left is Zach.
May your hats fly as high as your dreams.
Okay.
Dude, that's deep, dude.
You know what that's from?
No.
I don't.
The Office. Michael Scott, original right there.
I hate you. All right, let's talk about video games
All right.
or
Let's
board
go
games
game of the
or
week.
something
Game of the week.
fun.
Yeah, what have you guys been up to? What have you been playing?
I will start.
Okay.
All right, lead the way.
I've been playing Darkest Dungeon on the Switch. I played a
Is it
little
dark?
bit.
Is it more fun on the Switch because it's a Switch?
It's
Everything
yeah,
is
yeah.
more fun.
It's more portable, which I guess in turn makes it.
I think that
more
works
fun.
for that game, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, probably so.
The controls are like a little bit different for me to get used to.
Is it touchscreen for like selecting
it
abilities and
is,
stuff?
but I don't really use it.
Tell us a little bit about that game, Zach. For
So
the
that
people who don't
game
know.
is, if you want, I'm trying to explain it without making no one ever want to play it again because it's super stressful. It's a dungeon crawler with some really interesting mechanics mixed in with like actual stress of your characters as a mechanic, which is really cool. You got different classes, so it plays a little bit like a dungeon crawler and like an RPG or something.
It's kind of like a roguelike dungeon
Yeah,
crawler with some
It's got really awesome
mental
mechanics.
health mechanics.
The voiceovers in there, like the guy who does the voices, I don't know who it is, but it's on point.
Yeah, that guy's pretty good.
It's really good. Basically, you're trying to, I think the story is you end up at your family's estate, and you're trying to like clear all the monsters out of it. But I mean, it's got a really cool like gothic style.
Yeah, the art is really
yeah,
cool.
yeah,
It's
really,
very
really good.
unique looking,
Yeah.
super dark.
I'm not a huge fan of like 2D dungeon crawler games, but I really like it. So if that tells you anything, so
Cool.
go check it out. You can get all the expansions and everything for the game for like $30 on the Switch right now. So
It's not bad.
Not a bad price, yeah.
deal.
yeah, it's not $60 for a platformer.
Yeah, very polished looking game.
Yeah,
Very
really nice.
unique.
Okay,
What about you, Justin?
I played a non-game, I think,
A
or as close
non-game.
as you can get to a
Doesn't
non-game.
seem very Justin-like.
Yeah, I know, and I feel like I made a mistake by trying it. It was
Okay.
a free game on
It's a
the
game of the week.
PS4 store or whatever.
Okay.
It's called Beyond Two Souls, starring
wait,
some
Beyond
actress.
Two Souls or Beyond
Oh.
Two Souls?
Well, I paused to
Yeah.
emphasize the colon.
Okay, I'm sorry, I
So
didn't get that.
the way I would describe this game
It's bad.
is not a game. First of all, it's like Life is Strange, but with all the good parts taken out and a bunch of bad QuickTime events crammed in.
Oh man, QuickTime events are my favorite.
So you play as this girl who, I don't think this is a spoiler really, has a sort of paranormal entity attached to
well,
her.
the way you're selling it, everyone's gonna want to play it. So
I mean, I'm just telling you my opinion.
It is pretty critically
it's-
low.
It's like a story game where the only real input you have is to awkwardly walk around.
it's like Telltale.
No.
Telltale?
I think it's not fair to tell tale.
It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, because you don't get that much agency, and that's why I call it a
okay.
non-game, is because you don't
yeah.
really. I mean,
It's like
there
the choices
there
you
are,
make don't really matter.
Mostly, I think most of the for example, like in Life is Strange, it'll show you at the end of a chapter or whatever the choices you made compared to other people.
That's cool. Yeah, that's
But
cool.
it's like most of those don't have any real impact.
Yeah.
The way the story is told is it's non-linear, and it almost seems like they made it non-linear as an afterthought because there aren't moments of really where you suddenly have your expectations or whatever twisted by some new revelation. It
So it
doesn't
seems
really
like-
seem like they had a
Yeah.
purpose behind
I get you.
making it non-chronological compared
get
to something like Pulp Fiction or something like that.
Right.
There was no real idea behind it. I haven't completely finished it yet, so maybe that changes in the last 5 minutes, but I played it for like 3 hours, which I'm guessing is probably the halfway point of the game, judging by like the way the timeline
Yeah.
looks. Maybe even more than that. And you just go through like 30-minute segments of like pure action, QuickTime event driven garbage. And at the end of it, I asked myself, wait, why is any of this happening? Why is anyone after my character? I don't understand what's going on. It's like impossible to get invested. The best part of the game is the part where you're like a little teenage girl at a party So basically, the part that's like Life is
You
Strange
would
was
like
the best
that,
part.
yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh
so
my God.
I don't know. Can't say I enjoy it. It's like reinforced all my beliefs about playing games that you actually play and not.
Well, that's a
watch.
great game of the week.
I mean, it's interesting.
No, it
It's-
is.
Have you tried Until Dawn on PS4?
Yes.
That sounds similar, but Until Dawn kind of
It's really
fixes most of the problems that you were talking about. Like,
I've definitely heard better things about that.
I really liked it.
The choices you make actually matter.
Yeah.
Like,
So like there's no. It's like a camping horror story, like cliche on
like
purpose.
slasher film type
on
of thing.
purpose, which I think works if it only works if you know that that's what it is. You know,
It's very self-aware.
Yeah. So, but in that game, if you mess up, the character's dead.
Yeah,
That's it.
and
There's
you can
like
literally
9.
kill everybody
I literally
by accident.
Yeah, the game can end in like
Cool.
so many different ways. I thought it was really cool. Yeah. I didn't press X on the right time, and
Yeah, Beyond is
Girls.
clearly like a game where they,
she did.
oh, here's a story we want. Let's get some big name actors. Wait a minute, this is a video game, right? What are we gonna have the player do? There's even a selection at the beginning for like, how often do you play video games? I play them sometimes, or I've never played one before.
So you click that, and it's just like, well, you're not ever gonna play one right now.
It's like, I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking.
What
with
you
that.
got?
All right, my game of the week is a strange one. Dragon Quest Builders
That is a strange
on
one.
the Switch.
You always got the weirdest games, dude.
I mean,
I love you for that.
On the
Continue.
on the Switch?
on the Switch, yeah. It came out
it was a PC
maybe
game.
last year. It came out on PC, PS4, and Vita, I believe. Rest in
Wait,
peace.
what's the art style on that?
Wait, is the Vita dead?
The Vita is they
I heard
stopped
they aren't-
producing physical copies of
That
it.
doesn't necessarily mean it's dead.
No,
I mean,
not
it's
necessarily,
certainly on
but-
life support, but it's been on that for a
Yeah,
while, right?
I honestly think it's been dead.
Can we say
quite
it's
some
brain
Yeah.
dead?
Anyway, Dragon Quest Builders.
What's the art like?
The art is
It's like Akira Toriyama style anime.
I have no
style,
Yeah.
isn't
idea
it?
what that is.
Kind of
Only
Dragon
thing-
Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, yeah, okay.
it does kind of
It,
remind me
look,
of
and
Dragon
it
Ball
looks
Z.
like no, it's the same guy. He did.
I think
really?
I
Yes,
think
it's the
I
same guy.
played a
That was a
demo.
big deal. That was a big deal when
I
they
know
first
that.
got him.
I know
like,
that.
I
way
think
back in the
I played a
80s.
demo of that game now that you're talking about.
I was gonna say I played the demo. When it first came out, I was like, "Yeah, it was a stupid baby game. I don't want to play that." But I happened to download. I happened to
Michael,
download the
like
demo.
stupid baby games.
Well, yeah, dude. No way, right?
Oh.
Like I played the demo and I was just blown away by like the cheeky humor in the dialogue. It's really funny.
Cheeky humor.
Cheeky humor.
Okay.
I can't believe you said that unironically.
I know.
Like, what's happening?
Could have been ironically. Anyway,
No.
the music is great. It's just so much fun to play.
Is it a feel good game? You feel good?
I do feel
Yeah.
good. Like I find myself smiling when I play
What do you
it.
actually
It's-
do in this
yeah,
game? You
hippie.
build
It's-
stuff,
okay.
right? And
It's
then what?
basically like a Minecraft shell where you have recipes and you build stuff. But on top of that is basically like a watered down Dragon Quest game, I guess.
So it's like an RPG.
It's like an RPG. It has you don't level as a character, but you craft better weapons and
Okay.
and you go on quests.
I just had this flashback of me trying to place a block and I could not do it. And
Now you're scarred.
yeah, now I'm just looking off in the distance, like
I don't have problems with that, dude. I played Source Forts. In that game, when you wanted to put up a plate, you had to pick it up. You had to like drop it, put up against a wall, and like push it to make it parallel to the ground or perpendicular to the ground. Then you had to pick it up and place it like a fence.
Sounds like a nightmare.
continue,
No,
Michael.
It took
I'm sorry.
skill to build, man. You felt like a laborer that you work with your hands. You felt like a big source carpenter. It was great.
Okay. Anyway,
Making V traps, catching noobs. It was great. Good time, dude.
I think it's a good game. I don't think it does Minecraft or Dragon Quest very well.
Well,
like,
I'm sold.
individually.
Why are you so negative, dude? Just let people talk trash about games, you idiot. God.
Well, he's
I mean-
talking trash about it. What is it? What, this is like.
Let him.
for
That's what I'm
voting.
saying.
I'm being honest. It,
Okay, all right.
it doesn't delve deep into those systems very much, but you don't. I personally don't need it to. You know,
Okay.
it does what I want it to do. Like I'm going on quests, gathering villagers for my town, build them a little house. You
Are they
know,
willing?
slaying
Aw.
monsters, going into dungeons, getting treasure chests and stuff. It's a
I'm
fun
proud of you.
time.
I'm proud
It's
of
a
you.
So is this
fun
game 2D or what is this?
time. It's a third person 3D.
Okay. Because you said it
Yeah.
had like Zelda style combat, right?
It does. Zelda, I mean, the combat's nothing to write home about. You
Yeah.
just walk up to an enemy and slash, but it reminds me of a lot of A Link to the Past or similar Zelda games.
Okay.
Cool.
The monsters are very unique to the area they're in. I don't really know how the world works. There's separate chapters, and I think like you go to a different biome, I guess, each chapter. But I just unlocked a teleporter that I built. that teleported me
That's
to
cool.
like this rocky mountain region with these guys with giant hammers. They're like
Yeah, do that some more.
just like this.
If you're
and they're pretty tough.
not watching this, you need to go and to our YouTube channel and watch.
So you can see me
Michael just
swing
did
hammer.
the greatest hammer swing of all time.
Yeah, I haven't played that particular game, but I played Dragon Quest 9, I think it was, and that's actually a really good and challenging RPG. I don't like
All of them are.
I don't
really,
like
aren't they?
RPGs that are too easy,
Dragon
and that one in
Quest is
particular.
hardcore.
Yeah, it's like Final Fantasy for people that have brain cells.
That's one thing that really surprised me about this game.
No,
is
I like Final Fantasy. It's just most of them are like brainlessly easy.
Yeah.
You don't have to think at all.
the difference in this game is they bring over hardly any of that difficulty. Like there's not even a quest log in Dragon Quest Builders, which kind of is annoying. I mean, you don't really go on that many quests, maybe 3 at a time at most, and they're really simple, and you always have a marker of where you're supposed to go. But it would be nice to like keep track of what you're doing and what you have done. That's my only really complaint.
Yeah.
I think it's still fun. I think you should pick it up. It's I think $40 maybe. If
What?
not.
$40 to build stuff? I'm passing,
No,
dude. Sorry.
thanks.
Well, you don't have to.
Wesley, you got a game?
No, pretty much the only thing I've been playing is God of War. I'm kind of stuck on that one.
Boy.
God of War, how's that
That's a
going,
good one.
dude?
That's a good one.
Supposed to be game of the year all years.
Boy,
I know.
that's all I got.
I've gotten sideways with the other realms. I kind of quit doing the main storyline and just opening up all the realms and doing all the challenges in the fire realm are causing me some problem right now. But
Combat looks sick in that game, dude. I haven't played it, but it looks really sweet.
Yeah, I'm
it
gonna have
is.
to try
and
it.
At one point, you eventually, spoiler, get back the Blades of Chaos.
I don't know what that is.
I think everybody knows about that
Oh,
by now.
Spoiler
It's a little
alert.
chain
Yeah,
swords.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I got you.
But they're fire aspected and your axe is ice aspected. So you have to make a choice for enemies as to what's going to do the most damage. And
What? Strategy in God of War?
actually that is really they had a lot
Trash
of puzzles, but
talker,
there wasn't
That
a lot of
is
strategy.
crazy.
There wasn't really
It's
a lot of
actually
strategy
crazy.
on there.
No, that was my point. Yeah.
But also they tend to throw multiple enemy types at you at the same time, so you have to change mid thing, and
That's
it's
cool.
interesting. And the kid is
You mean-
useful
you
if
mean boy?
remember to use
Atreyu.
it. Yeah, if you remember to
A
use
never-ending
it,
story.
he is
Boy.
useful.
yeah, boy.
He was being a little bastard for a while, but
So this week there have been a lot of leaks.
Leading up to E3, right?
Wait, do you hear that? Some dripping? Do we have a leak?
That's
in here?
Wesley. His
think there are more
gullet, the
leaks.
Pepsi's leaking into his esophagus. Okay, let's
Okay.
What are we talking about?
We've got a lot of leaks happening, especially in the Nintendo region.
Stepping up the game.
What does that mean?
Nintendo stepping up their game.
There have been Star Fox rumors
Star Fox.
and Pokemon rumors.
Now, Pokemon rumors where it's at.
I mean,
Well,
Star
we're
Fox is
gonna-
kind of like.
We're gonna start off with Star Fox because there's not very much to go.
teasing
off
me,
of
huh?
with Star Fox.
Speaking of
Alright.
stuff on life support, right? Star Fox has been in trouble for
yeah,
a
that
while
last
now.
one was pretty bad.
Was that for the Wii U, the one
The
where
Wii U,
you had to
yeah.
control stuff on the actual? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like
trash.
simultaneously with the TV.
It was real bad. So I understand why they kind of want to go back and put it in a better light. You know,
If they can.
people aren't looking fondly on Star Fox right now.
I mean, I don't understand why they're so afraid to just make another like arcade shooter Star Fox.
Well, that's what they tried to do with the last one. They just had really bad controls.
No, they didn't. They slapped
Right?
a ton of gimmicks on it.
Well, it's Nintendo. What do you expect?
Yeah. Anyway,
I don't know.
this rumor is that Retro Studios is working on it. The Metroid Prime and Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze / Returns people. It's supposed to be a kart racer.
What?
Okay.
What?
Star Fox?
Star
carts?
Fox cards?
Star Fox kart
I said
racer. Now, I imagine they wouldn't be in carts. They'd probably be in R-Wings.
I guess this means Mario Kart 9's a
Was
ways
there
off.
was there a game that did that already? I feel like that's
Diddy Kong Racing?
Diddy Kong Racing is
okay.
kind of what people are drawing
Star Fox was
similarities to.
in it though.
No,
right?
it was not.
No, he
Star,
wasn't.
I
No.
could have swore I saw a game where Star Fox was like racing.
I don't,
don't think so.
think
Maybe
he's
not.
been in a
Maybe
kart
it was
racer
a,
yet.
maybe it was a dream I had.
A
That
premonition.
premonition, yes. Perhaps.
But supposedly it's going to be kind of similar to Diddy Kong Racing in that there's like an open hub where you drive around and
So
go
it sounds
through
like it
different
is
levels.
literally Diddy Kong Racing.
Kind of like Diddy Kong Racing. And there's a really cool mechanic where there's enemies on the racetracks. I don't know how open the racetracks are going to be in space, but like there's
Are they
gonna,
going to be in space?
I assume some
That's gonna be
tribes
really
are gonna be in
weird, right?
space.
Yeah, I'm sure some will be. Yeah.
But supposedly there's enemies that if you shoot, you get speed boosts. Okay.
Interesting.
And like, so say if you shoot,
I've always
3
wanted to be able
enemies,
to aim my shells in Mario Kart. Maybe this is gonna be that game where you can screw with your opposition.
You can aim in Mario
skillfully.
Kart.
Well, not really.
You can.
I want to be able to like precision
gotta get that
snipe somebody
skill,
with the
dude.
green shell.
You gotta get that skill, dude.
You
I
gotta
want to
get
be
that
able to
skill.
aim.
You gotta do it
independently
mid-drift.
of my turning is what I'm saying.
Oh no! See, you
yeah.
just got to get good, dude.
Yeah, you gotta get
I
good
feel like if
script.
I was on a go kart, I could just, lob a shell right at
okay,
somebody.
wait.
What?
If you were driving a go-kart, you feel
And I
like
pick up
you
a
could,
green shell,
you
like,
could
scoop it
throw
off the
a turtle shell while
A
you're
turtle?
moving.
Yes.
Okay.
If
We
Mario can
have
do
to
it, I can
recreate
do
that.
it.
We have to do
You could do a
that.
banana peel.
Well, yeah, banana peel, you just drop it behind
Dude, I
you.
was driving the other
throw
day
it.
and I saw a
You got hit by
peel on
banana
the
peel?
road,
Nuh-uh.
and I instinctively swerved. I did, dude.
Not this time, Mario.
Anyway,
No,
on to
dude, I want to talk
Pokemon.
about Star
Well, okay,
Fox.
we want to talk about Star Fox.
I want to talk about Falco, dude. He's real cool. I hope he's good.
Pokemon.
All right, let's talk about Pokemon. Whatever.
Okay, Pokemon is the biggest leak that we have. Supposedly, now I don't know how much of this is true because a leak. Somebody posted on Twitter the titles for the new Pokemon game coming this year, supposedly to Switch.
This year?
This year.
What? And to Switch.
And to
This is not a
Switch.
3DS game.
No, but it's kind of similar to the 3DS games, like an up-res style of a 3DS game.
Oh, so wait, is it an actual new game or what is this?
It's supposed to be a yellow remake. Okay.
Which system was the yellow one?
Game Boy?
Game Boy? Okay.
The original
See,
Game Boy?
now that's interesting because they already kind of remade Gen 1 on the Game Boy Advance, which that itself is like, what, almost 10 years old now?
Yeah.
Fire Red and Leaf Green?
Yes, I think.
Which is a
Yeah.
remake of Red and Green. If for those who don't know, I think Blue version was originally Green version in Japan.
Was it really?
Think.
I didn't know that.
think so.
I always
Justin
wondered
got all
why
that
that-
Pokemon
Oh yeah, I
knowledge.
know a lot about Pokemon. Way too much.
Pokemon.
But these titles are supposedly going to be called Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. So those are going to be like, you know how in yellow you had Pikachu.
They don't
So-
seem
Follow
like
you
normal
around.
Pokemon
It-
names, Michael.
Is this
No,
a
no, no.
Hey You Pikachu remake, dude?
It is
this
not.
what
It
this
is
I will
not.
leave.
It better not be.
I hope
It better not be.
All lines are pointing toward it not being Hey You Pikachu. It's going to be a yellow remake.
I kind of
And,
want
at
to
the
be
la-
Hey You Pikachu
and,
now.
and then the last second, they're going to swerve back and make
I
it
feel
Hey
like
You
they have the
Pikachu.
technology to maybe make that game work now. Because I actually
don't
played it
know,
on
dude.
N64 and let me tell you, no. Just no. It was bad. The worst part was that it felt like you never had enough time to do anything. And Pikachu was a hard-headed little like toddler, basically. You try and get him to do stuff like, "Hey, Pikachu, pick up this apple or whatever and take it over
It
here."
sounds like
And he
it
just
sounds like
doesn't wanna do it.
Nintendogs for Pokemon.
Don't
I never
you
played Nintendogs.
Don't you dare talk about Nintendogs, dude. I played the absolute
What
crap out of
version?
Nintendogs.
What version were you, dude?
If you weren't Corgi, you're not even my friend anymore.
What are you talking
I don't
about?
think they didn't have a
There's no
Corgi
Corgi version?
No.
Okay, that
I don't
game
think
doesn't
so.
exist to me then. I don't care.
I don't remember which one I had.
I had the Wiener Dog.
I had the one that had like all of them. I could get
Nice.
like all the dogs.
Oh, dude.
All
It
the
was
dogs?
for the yeah for the DS the DS Lite.
I never had a DS Lite. I just had the OG.
Nice.
The big
Well,
fat
yeah.
boy.
So this one was you had as many dogs as you want, dude. All the dogs. I had like a golden
All the
retriever, I had
dogs,
a
man.
wiener
All right, enough of
Sick,
Nintendogs.
dude.
Man.
Let's talk about Pokemon, yeah. So what else do we know about this game?
Supposedly, Red and Blue, the characters, will play a role in the story, but you and your rival are new trainers.
So it's not a strict remake.
It's not a strict remake, so I'm thinking
Okay.
like
That's good,
Red
at
and
least.
Blue are like in the Elite Four or something, or like
Yeah.
you meet them and they're trying to train you.
I wonder if it's
had to be
gonna
a better-
have other than Gen 1 Pokemon.
I'm assuming it probably would, like all the like.
Because they want to prep
Uh,
us up for this other Pokemon, this other Switch Pokemon that
Did
people
Leaf
are
Green and Fire
anticipating,
Red
right?
have previous generation Pokemon in it?
Well, Fire Red and Leaf
Fire-
Green were Gen 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, did it have
I don't think so.
other generations?
I don't
Okay.
think so, no.
What about the other remakes? Do you know? I don't really know much about.
Heart,
I
Gold,
don't know
Soul,
much
Silver,
about
I
the
don't
remakes.
know anything about. I don't think any of the other ones have.
I
so
would-
I would guess probably
Well,
not.
Here's why I don't think they would add more Pokemon, because it's got Pokemon Go integration, is what it says.
Oh
Boo.
no!
Boo.
What does that
Now-
mean? What does that mean?
Now it's unclear what that means, but it also says catching
it's pretty clear.
Pokemon works like in Go.
What does that mean for those of us who haven't?
In,
Like
in
those
swipings?
Pokemon Go, there's a little Pokeball on the screen and the Pokemon in front of you. You like swipe and it
And
throws
if you
the
spin it a
Pokeball.
couple times, it gives it like
You can curve it and all that
So it's
kind
just
of
like
stuff.
a gimmick when you
super
catch Pokemon.
gimmick.
This
Kinda-
isn't gonna affect the battles. or
I
anything,
hope
right?
not, because the battles in Pokemon Go are absolute garbage.
Yes,
Okay.
they were real bad.
You
I think
basically
I
just
did
tap
one.
the Pokemon a bunch
Yeah.
of times.
Cool.
Man, it was
It's
bad.
not good.
Why didn't they just copy the video games?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
I don't know. Probably because they were making this game, maybe. And I don't know.
guess.
Anyway, I don't think that's that bad of an idea.
So is this
be honest
3D or
with you.
like is this like isometric? What's this looking like?
There was a leaked screenshot
Okay.
of that somebody posted months ago that nobody thought was real until
Really?
now.
Oh wow. Okay.
It looks like an
It's like
up-res.
deep lore now. Like we're getting deep in there.
Like,
I said it this time.
In the
4 years
screenshot,
ago.
it was your trainer on
Could
a
you
Lapras in like an ocean or
sick.
whatever, and on their head was an Eevee. Okay.
So this is
Whoa.
like 3D cutscenes and stuff.
No, this is like it looked like an up-res 3DS game.
So is it 3-dimensional or is it sprites? That's what I'm
Have
asking.
you played the recent 3DS games?
Those are 3D, aren't they?
Yeah, it was kind of like that. Well, I mean,
Okay.
yeah, they're 3D.
Do you
now.
know the difference between 3D and sprites?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they're 3D.
I don't know if I know the difference between 3D and sprites.
Sprite is 2D. Like if you look at grass in most games
Yeah.
and you line up to the point where it disappears because it's 2-dimensional, there literally is no third dimension. That's a sprite.
Oh.
And
See, I know
a
what
3D is a
3D
model.
is.
Like
No,
you can
yeah,
see
no,
it
no,
from
I
any
get-
direction.
I know what the difference between 3D and 2D.
You
I didn't
just
know what
said you
sprite.
didn't
I don't know what
know.
a sprite. I didn't know the term sprite.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
God, you guys are noobs.
Anyway, I don't think that the catching, the Pokemon Go catching integration is.
That's not a big deal, right?
I don't think that's a big deal.
I mean, even if I
'Cause,
can
like-
get my
Okay,
Pokemon Go
no, no, no.
Pidgey on
Time
the
out,
game, like
time
that's
out.
okay,
If
right?
I have to do that every time, I don't
I
want
still
to.
don't even
It's not
think
that big a deal.
I still don't
It
even
is.
think-
I don't know.
It's not that big
I
a
don't
deal.
like doing it.
I would hope they would give you the option, but
just like pressing
even
A.
if they don't, I don't see. That's the thing. Otherwise, you just press A.
Like every other Pokemon
Well,
game.
no, you have to press and then hold B in a certain rhythm. Everybody
No, you
knows
don't.
that's
No, you
the
don't.
ancient
Shut
secret to
up.
make sure you
No.
catch the
you
Pokemon,
don't.
guys.
No, you don't.
You have to time your presses in time with the ball shaking. For those who don't know, that's true facts. Look it up.
Not true facts.
It says it is releasing this year. Following Pokemon Return, Pokemon following behind you while you're walking in the overworld.
Oh, okay,
nice.
okay.
One cool thing I just thought of when it says Pokemon Go integration and catching Pokemon works like in Go, maybe it's not talking about swiping Pokeballs. Like, in
Is it like AR? Like, what are you talking about?
Like you get to go somewhere and actually catch your
No.
Pidgey.
I hope not.
I hope not. I want to sit on the couch and be a degenerate
Would it
while I
be
play this game.
well, maybe if they did like something like special, like a shiny Pokemon you can go and catch in real life
Maybe.
to
That'd be cool.
encourage people but not force people to do
This
it.
is what I'm thinking.
Might be cool.
On Pokemon Go, you have like the map of your surrounding area, and it shows
Mm-hmm.
little Pokemon on the map, right? So
Yeah.
you know where they are. What if in the overworld, instead of like having random encounters, you actually see the Pokemon, and you have to walk up to them?
Oh, I see what you're
Well,
saying.
that's what people have been hoping for since 1998 or whatever. That'd be
Wait,
great.
you
that would
don't
be
love
really cool.
walking through tall grass over and over again to hope you find that one?
There's
I
a
mean,
snake in my
I-
boots, except it's an Ekans this time.
I would
Damn,
imagine.
Pidgey.
I would imagine they would still have tall grass that you can find random encounters in, but
Yeah.
like on
Oh,
like
yeah,
You gotta,
the
I mean, you still
path
gotta
or
catch
whatever.
Rattatas every now and again.
Like you'll see like a Pikachu walk across the path or whatever, and you can go.
That's what I want, dude. It's just a
Interact with
Pokemon
them.
MMO where you
I
walk up,
want
you see
to
the
chase
Pidgey,
them
and you just
and
throw
hunt
your
them.
Pokeball at it, and you start fighting.
That
Why
would be
can't
cool.
I have that?
I don't know.
Why can't I,
I mean,
have
it-
nice things?
It might come.
Nintendo?
Honestly, I think they're just releasing this so Switch can have a Pokemon game this year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
And
surprised
then
they
they're,
didn't
they're
launch
probably
with one.
they're probably working on a bigger title that
Yeah,
is
because I
what
mean,
people want.
Pokemon is the
I
big thing that
and I
they're
know,
missing.
I want Breath of the Wild, but with Pokemon.
I
That's
don't-
what I want. I
I
know it's not
honestly-
gonna happen, but I want it so bad.
I want my Charizard to fly me around. I want to.
Yes.
I want to rub his scaly body and cling him close while he flies me into the stars.
I honestly don't think
and
that.
All
listen
right.
to that song from
Just
Aladdin.
like that, Justin made it weird.
While he kisses.
A whole new world.
The lips of a Charizard.
And just like
No,
that, this
let's
podcast is over. This is it. This is the end of the whole entire show.
Do you think
Thank
Charizard
you.
can learn Lovely Kiss, Michael? How much do you know about Pokemon?
God, I don't know. It depends on its level, I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
the fact that you actually speculated that is disturbing.
You
sorry.
get to another level and the ability tree comes up and it just says lovely kiss.
Your Charizard is sexually mature now. Would you like to evolve into a sexy Zard?
Whoa!
Yes, I would. Thank you.
No, we're doing so good. It's so.
We're
it's
still
so
technically
sad.
family friendly. I haven't said any bad
The
words.
Status Effect podcast is over. We can't do any more after that. I can never get that image of Charizard
good run,
out
guys.
of my head.
We had a good
Oh,
run.
man. I want him to seismic toss me into bed. You know what I mean?
That's it. That's it. Thank you so much for hanging out with us while we talked about sexy Charizard. Please know this doesn't happen every week.
Yeah, that's true.
And you need to come back, and unless you want it to happen every week.
Yeah, then
I
we
guess.
can make that happen.
Yeah,
for
I guess
sure.
we could do that.
Pokemon erotic fiction time.
That's a different.
That's
podcast.
a new podcast.
That's a different show. But if you're not watching this, you can go to our YouTube channel. We are starting to put up the entire podcast instead of cutting it up
Are
into
we?
chunks. Yes,
Ooh,
we are. So
interesting.
let us know if you like that better or you like the chunks better.
I like it chunky,
You like
dude.
it chunky.
We all
I
like the
it.
chunks.
Chunky, dude.
Because we're trying
Yeah.
to figure out what's the best way for you guys to get the show. So we're gonna start doing that with this episode, and we're gonna keep doing it as long as it works. So thank you
good to
guys
me.
so much for hanging out with us today, and we'll see you next week.
Peace out.
I'm really sorry.